Okay, it is time to install Git. So the way you install Git is I'm going to have you search for Git, Git, and then it's going to be this git-scm.com. You can see it here that goes directly to downloads, but I'm going to take you to the home page. So here on the home page, it will probably figure out what type of device you're on automatically and give you the download. Alternatively, you can go to downloads and click on Windows. Here, it says click here to download the latest installer. This is for a 64-bit Windows. If you are running Windows 11, that is the only type of Windows. If you are running Windows 10 or older, you can come here to check. You would click on the Start menu, then click on Settings, and then System, and then About, and then you'd open About, and then you'd look next to device specifications, and then it'll list whether or not you have a 32-bit or 64-bit Windows. Chances are high you have a 64-bit Windows. Um, so I'm gonna click here to download the latest version, and it's gonna download an installer, and I've actually pre-downloaded this installer, so I'm gonna click on that installer. Sorry, let me grab this window and bring it in. All right, so you'll want to open up the installer, and it's going to probably ask you if you want it to make changes to your device. You're going to click yes, and I'm going to pause the video while this loads. Never mind, I didn't even get the video paused before it loaded. Okay, there is going to be this license that you have to agree to. So I'm going to hit next, and then it's going to ask what you want installed, and I'm just going to leave everything as default and hit next. And then it says, do you want to use Vim? Um, Go ahead and hit next, and then we'll go ahead and we're gonna just we're gonna click override the default branch for new repositories, and so it's going to make the default branch main. Um, there was some negative connotation surrounding the word master, so the old version of Git would use the word master, but we're gonna go ahead and override it and click main, and we're gonna hit next. Um, Use it from the command line third-party software. We're just gonna hit next. Um, we're gonna hit next. We're gonna hit next. We're gonna hit next and hit next and hit next and hit next. And then we're gonna hit install. And then I'm gonna pause this until it's done installing. Okay, so it is now finished. So you can view the release notes if you want. I don't really want to, so I'm gonna hit finish. Okay, what I want you to do now is I want you to type terminal, and you're going to look for an open PowerShell. Okay, when this opens, you're going to type git, and if you can type git and it gives you a whole bunch of stuff here, then you have successfully installed git. Once you have done that, you are going to want to run a few lines on your terminal. The first one you're going to run is you're going to want to type git config dash dash global and then user.name. And then you're going to want to put in your username. This is what's going to show up on your requests to make edits. So I'm going to put Toa git config global user.email. And this is where you're going to want to put the email that you have associated with GitHub. So in my case, it's Toa teaches tech.at gmail.com, and then I'll hit enter. And now I've successfully configured that. Once you are done, you have successfully installed Git and you are good to go. Just some caveats here. If you open up Visual Studio Code and you had a terminal running, you might run Git and it might say it's not recognized. So what you want to do is you want to kill that terminal and then come up here and click terminal, new terminal, and that will open the terminal, and then you should be able to type Git and it should run now that your terminal has been refreshed. All right, that covers how you install Git on a Windows. Thanks for watching.